Hi friends, we are now in Costa Rica. This is an area of Costa Rica that is to the south. The whole area is called Perez, Zeledon. This small specific area, I don't know what it is called, but we have here Don Carlos. He's a collector of exotic fruit trees, and we already toured his small garden that's 1/4 of an hectare, which is behind his house. But right now we are in his farm. Welcome, Don Carlos.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, how big is this farm?
It is 1.5 hectares.
1 hectare. And when did you start planting fruit trees in this farm?
I started 15 years ago when I got retired from my work as a rural teacher here in Costa Rica. And I decided to search for an activity to spend the excess of free time. And so I decided a good option could be growing tropical fruit trees, and that's the way that everything began here. I started looking for different species of fruit trees using internet and visiting local nurseries and contacting to people or fruit collectors here, and that's how I started planting different trees, native or exotic. And the process have not finished yet.
Thanks very much. Did you have any specific farm or any specific fruit collector you would like to mention that was big inspiration for you that time, had already collected many fruit trees?
The main inspirator for me is a farm which is located in the Caribbean area in Costa Rica, because it was one of the first fruit collectors that I visited, and some of my trees originated from this farm. The name of the person is Peter Krieg, and he's a good friend of me. But I also have collected trees from other nurseries or fruit growers and friends too.
And this farm, do you have a name for this farm? Have you named any?
No, not a specific name.
But this farm, the 1.5 hectares you said, is it mostly what fruit trees are growing here?
I grow every fruit tree, tropical fruit tree that I can get or that I have had the possibility of getting, including some durians, which are my favorite, among many other varieties. I plant 1 or 2 of different varieties. It's not a plantation of only one variety of fruits, but a collection. I would call it a collection or a garden.
Thank you. And this looks like it is not a flat area. It is hill, like sloping area. How challenging was when you started it, watering 4 or 5 months of dry season, and then a big area, how to cover it? You are working alone or you have helpers? How was it in the beginning?
The farm is not flat. It is a little bit hilly, but this is a good aspect, a positive aspect, because trees usually don't like water saturated soils. This soil or this farm is a little bit slopey, and so water goes away quickly. And the soil is a little bit acidic, so I add limestone regularly, and I use organic fertilizer, and so my plants are growing well even when maybe the soil is not perfect.
And the limestone you spread around the tree?
It is sprayed around the tree regularly, not very often, because it could be an excess of it, but it is a good option. And also, as I was saying, organic.
And you did alone? You have
that's the other aspect. Yes, the farm is not so big. I can do it alone, and I prefer to do it alone because it keeps me busy and some exercise, which is very useful for me, and the distraction and the hobby. This is the most important for me, not as a business, not exactly as business, But lately I can see that aside from being a nice entertainment, it could also generate some income, which is well accepted.
From fruits as well as grafted trees.
Selling grafted trees and selling some varieties of fruit which has more demand, and so it is possible to get some income from it.
This is one of the first durians Don Carlos planted in this farm and looks huge, also very grand, probably 9-10 meters what he was telling to give space. When you look at this tree, you feel like yes, that much space is needed between two trees.
It is a good option to know exactly how many meters separation from one tree to the other when a person decides to develop maybe a durian plantation or plant a few of them in the garden. Quite a lot, maybe 10 meters between one tree and the other so that they can grow easily.
Oh, so, okay, yes, 10 meters, okay.
You can see differences of a tree, the same tree in different soils. You saw the mamey there in the backyard.
Yes.
They have the same age that this one.
Yeah.
This one never have produced any fruit, many flowers, but no fruit. And I think the reason is maybe the soil, differences in the soil, because the farm is just a few meters difference in altitude in relation to the farm and the backyard.
Okay. This one likes a little rain, like moisture in the soil.
And sandy or sandy soil.
Here maybe mango will do better. It looks like no air circulation is better, more a little thing. This is called plum, is it? Jocote.
Jocote.
Jocote is the right now season for fruit, but not yet ready.
Maybe they have babies. And there is a little problem. You know the name that I gave to those avocados that I was showing you, chucuyo.
Yes.
Chucuyos come, a lot of them, and eat away all of them, the fruits.
Oh. Fruit, but it's
Yes.
not ready at time. They eat when it is green?
When the fruits are starting to become ripe, and they have some sweetness. When the first fruit is found by chucuyo, they will continue coming over again until they eat all of them.
Wow.
The one who planted the tree has to be quicker than the chucuyo. Chempedak.
Chempedak.
I have more trees at the other side of the creek which maybe has a ripe fruit or bigger or more healthy. That is a chempedak tree, and I want to let you know how to know if a chempedak fruit is ripe or almost ripe. For example, this tree has many chempedak fruits. You can see the differences in color. That one, which my friend is touching, has a brownish color, and it is soft, a little bit soft when touching it, and it has some smell. That means the fruit is ripe, ready for plucking, and it will drop by itself in maybe not more than 1 day from now.
That when this ridge becomes flat, when the ridges become flat in the fruit, that's like a sign of maturing, that it's ready to pick. Is that true? Or?
The best sign of maturity is there are maybe two aspects. The stem becomes brownish or yellowish brown,
Yeah.
and the color in the whole fruit is brown, a little bit brownish. And the most important signal is that you smell the fruit and you catch a particular smell. That means the fruit is perfectly ripe and ready for harvesting. If there is smell, the fruit will drop by itself in a few hours or next night. Not more than 2 days later. Marang. They belong to the family of jackfruit. Artocarpus.
This also grow from seed usually.
It is a seedling. A male flower.
Another special fruit tree from the Artocarpus family. This is marang. Is the scientific name Artocarpus?
Yes, odoratissimus.
Odoratissimus. Long name. But the fruits are different from jackfruit. Even the leaf is different, but very ornamental looking tree. This is grown from seed usually, as far as I know. But I don't know much about the fruit and the growing conditions, so I would like Don Carlos to help us understand what this fruit is and how it tastes compared to jackfruit.
Those fruits will take 2 months from now to be ripe.
September.
I think September could be. When they are ripe, they have a not a unpleasant but a strong aroma or smell, and they are soft. It is common that fruits touch the ground. As you can see, when they are older, they will touch the ground. They are very aromatic. Inside, they are white, a very nice white color. Plenty of seeds, easy to grow. No problems with that fruit until now. It adapts well to the soil. It produces plenty. There is some differences between one tree and other. Some trees start to produce very prematurely. For example, this one, I have many others planted the same day, but they don't have fruits. So this one is a good example for propagating. They are usually propagated by seeds, but I also have grafted some of them to keep them in a short size, easy to pick the fruits. Taste is very, very sweet, and it is good. It's a good taste.
How about latex? Is it also?
No problem. Latex. If it has latex, is a little bit, just a little bit, easy to deal. Oh, there is here an interesting tree, Amazon grape.
Amazon grape, yes.
It has ripe fruit.
Wow. Behind us is a very interesting tree. It's called Amazonian grape. I forgot the scientific name.
Puruma secropifolia, something like that.
Okay. So anyways, it looks like this is not very old, right? It's
Young, it's a young tree.
2-3 years and lots of loaded with fruits right now. Hopefully we can harvest some. Like how?
Can you reach them, or maybe a stick?
Like this? And
That one?
okay.
Maybe there is a good one there.
yes. Or maybe.
Maybe another.
Does it have a problem with flies?
The same bees.
Okay. So some are damaged.
They
but I
have
think-
a slimy substance which is sweet.
So when they ripen, they go from green to this color. And that's when they are ready to eat, right? So this one here we have a langsat tree, or also called duku. Very, very popular among our friends from Southeast Asia. Thailand, Vietnam, all these friends, if I say we have langsat, they become very, very excited. This tree you got as a seedling?
It is grafted.
It's grafted. That's very rare here. And you can see inside there are clusters of fruits forming. But it seems like maybe 2 more months before they ripen.
They turn a little bit yellowish when they are ready and bigger.
Okay. Very good. Nice ornamental looking tree. Doesn't spread too much. Just
Here is more silent, not so many cars passing.
yeah. And on the right, this is durian, the meat. This is the Perez, the Perez.
Longan, rambutan.
This is a regular longan. Now here they sell Fiji longan, different.
The
leaves are
Fiji is
the leaves
bigger.
look
I had one tree, but it died.
different.
They are bigger. Exactly.
So another very interesting fruit here. This is Garcinia parvifolia or Brunei cherry. It looks like a small tree, dense looking, and lots of fruits hanging. So highly productive tree. Grown from seed, but could be grafted as well.
I think it is easy to graft. I never have done it, but I think it is easy.
And this way it's green when it starts, and when it becomes red like this is the ripe one, right? And it's not difficult. I mean, I use my mouse to crack it, but once you crack it inside, it's like this, and you take the whole thing. No sourness, very sweet, and one of the very few Garcinias that are actually sweet in taste. Usually they're sour. All the Garcinias that I have known have very high medicinal value, so I think this one also
It could be one of them.
very good. Anything other than that, does it need two different trees to produce?
No, those have produced without any problem. I think they can produce by themselves, self-compatible.
Okay. And I heard they take 6 months to germinate the seed. Is it?
It could
true?
be,
Yeah.
maybe not so many.
Do you sell seedlings of this one?
Until now, I haven't propagated them because the tree is not well known. It's not well known, and maybe they would have little demand. So I prefer to keep this one.
Okay. Yeah, but it's very good tasting, and I think it has a good nutritional value. So as
Yes.
people know more about this fruit tree, and easy, it can be in the backyard. It looks very ornamental
Yes,
tree,
yes.
and doesn't look like it's destroyed by the chukua. The what's it called?
What is chukwa?
Chukua.
Chukuyus. Chukuyus.
Chukuyus is not destroyed by the parakeets.
No, it is not attractive to chukuyus.
Somewhere I read it's also used for rootstock for Garcinia mangostana.
It could be a good option, yes, because they are the same family.
Berry, some kind of. Wasn't like you.
When they are ripe, they produce something similar to a jelly, together with a lot of seeds. But this one is not ripe yet.
Is it tarap?
You haven't seen that, mamey. And also the Buddha hang is very interesting tree. That
No, it grows very wide.
those trees are usually started by cuttings. Cuttings root easily, and the fruit is very interesting, attractive.
You can see here the fruit is forming. It becomes fully yellow.
Yes.
And is this also, you can eat the skin of this, right? Or no?
The skin is used for giving flavor or smell, aroma to foods or drinks, but they don't have any juice.
Friends, we are here in another nice tasting tropical fruit tree. This is Santol. The tree is maybe 5 or 6 feet tall. It's a grafted one, and it's already producing a lot of fruits. I think the size of this fruit grows bigger than this.
They could grow bigger.
Okay, and it gets yellow, completely yellow, then we know it is ripe. Which season is usually the maturing season for this?
August, September.
Almost there. And describe the taste of this fruit. Have you eaten before?
According to my experience, because I have tasted many of them, the flavor is similar to cacao pulp. Sweet and a little bit sour. Not bad. It is nice to eat. Not much edible portion. But the tree is a heavy producer and adapts very well to poor soils, and no plagues except that I have seen every now and then some fungus a little patches of different color on the fruit, like that.
Oh, okay, like a scab.
It's the only thing that I have seen, those scales.
Okay.
When the fruit, those are not completely ripe. When they are ripe, they have to be completely yellow.
Yes.
I used to make pressure using my hands like that very hard, and the fruit splits, and I remove it and take the seeds. I remove the juicy pulp around the seeds. Not much, but it is quite good.
Okay.
Santol is the name.
It's like you scoop with the spoon. It's
Better in the mouth, using your own teeth. Or
okay. The skin is not edible.
No.
It's hard. Okay. And this tree is kwaimuk, and we have another one that's here.
How many of them?
Have they not start to fruit yet?
Not yet. The trees are old. I think they have the age enough for flowering or fruiting. But until now, I haven't seen any flower or any fruit. I am patient. I am waiting maybe in some years from now.
And these kwaimuks are, you would say, how many years old now?
6, 7,
6, 7
something
years
like that.
old. Yes.
It wild jackfruit.
Monkey jack. No? Or is it a different one?
The name I was giving is wild jackfruit. The tree is quite old, maybe 10 years old, and it is very tall, very vigorous, but no fruit.
Are the fruits small size?
They are small and they have orange color inside. Artocarpus hirsutus.
Also seem like kwaimuk hasn't fruited yet for you. 5, 6 years.
I hope very soon.
Right, there's lots of fruit there.
It looks like tarap. Very, very similar. Try to find a soft one and try to remove some of the scales. So, that one, maybe that one. Be patient, just using the nail, remove some of the scales.
So they look like salak, but they taste very different. They have a neutral taste and they actually taste like olives. So you can mix with salt and eat. Not much flesh though, the seed is pretty big, but if you like the taste, you'll go for it. And they already have a little bit of salty taste, so they're not sweet.
Or the spoon.
And this is the edible part, the yellow.
The yellow layer covering, surrounding the seed, between scales and seed. It is...
Normally it takes like a lot of time to take it out like this, the scale, or there is a... When it is more ripe,
it is quite tedious doing it handily like that. I prefer to do it using a spoon, and using the spoon I remove every part, the flesh, the orange flesh and the scales together.
Yeah.
And I remove it from many fruits, and I put it in a container and add a little bit of water and mix it a lot. And later I put it in the strainer, and the juice coming out is what it is consumed. Some sugar or sweetening is added, and maybe some boiling just to prevent the possibility of some germs, because they are collected from the ground, or a few drops of chlorine. It is popular in South American countries. Maybe I don't know exactly the names, but countries in which the palm grows, they process the fruit. They have to be submerged in water for 3 days until all the fruit gets soft. When they are soft, they do remove the edible portion, and they have stands on the streets in which juice is sold to passing persons. The name of the juice is aguaje, and I think it is popular there.
And the tree is aguaje.
Aguaje? Yeah. Aguajina, the juice.
Did yours start to produce when it was less big, like tall, like smaller?
When it was some 8 years old.
8 years old.
And they were quite smaller when they start producing for the first time.
So all the fallen ones. They fall
There are
apart.
male and female. And I think both are needed. This one is male. You can see.
Yeah, no.
You can see any fruit there. But this female and those two there are females.